Hi everyone, it's Nicole, your favorite health and wellness coach. Today, I want to go on a little journey about me and my transformation, and how I got from identifying as a really toxic, drunk mother who experienced a lot of trauma to a healed version of that, right? And wanting to help and heal others because of everything that I endured. Let's start off with where it began as a child. When I grew up, I was immersed with a lot of dysfunction and chaos. I had my parents got a divorce when I was 5. I was surrounded by addiction and a lot of arguing and fighting, and poverty and, all that fun stuff. Around the age of 8, I experienced a traumatic event, and that was kind of like my first awakening. And where I identified to where I just didn't like the world that I was actually growing up in, right? And I told myself I wanted to change the world. I said that no kid needed to, or child deserved to go through the pain that I was going through. Unfortunately, though, you are your environment, and I followed suit on finding great dysfunctional relationships, drinking many nights away, self-sabotaging, playing victim, and blaming everyone else for my shit. 5 years ago, I went through this nice little episode of this mental psychosis of losing everything, becoming homeless, lost my kids, became a drunk, and I was living in my store. And here's the funny thing is, I was trying to open up a nonprofit for kids to help them. Here, FYI, you cannot help or heal anyone when you're that sick. Anyways, I've learned. From that experience, March 17th of 2019, I decided to get sober, and those withdrawals were pretty intense. Now, if you are drinking and having withdrawals, please do not do it alone. You can die. Intense is not, maybe I'll do another show on with the withdrawals that I experienced, but please go to detox. You can die from alcohol, okay? But that was a little soul awakening. And I decided to get sober. And that's when I really understood that my pain and trauma were really my purpose. It was what I endured is what I need to do to serve others, to help them get out of the darkness, right? And unfortunately, I didn't really do any trauma work the first 9 months I decided to get sober. So I had a nice relapse for a couple months, and then March 11th, 2020, I decided to get sober forever, and I was sent to treatment, and it's for addiction and trauma, and that's where I was really identified what was going on with me, and why I was why I lived such a double life, and why I drank so much, and why I manipulated and self-sabotaged, and lack of self-love that I had for myself, where that really came from, right? I got out of treatment, and then I unfortunately I've dived into still unhealthy relationships for myself, because I really didn't truly understand what self-love, how to really love myself, because what that means is boundaries and stepping into your power and truly being honest with what you want and what you need. And my last breakup this past year, I've really that was the final like ruha of awakenings, and I really needed it, and it really showed me what I needed to do to actually heal for who I truly am, and how to actually help others through my heart. Because if I can't love myself, and then I'm like preaching to the choir, right? And you know, despite like going through these pains and all these traumas, it took a lot of work. And you know what kind of work? It's very simple. It's like really, you go through a rebirth. And so I have my old identity, and then you go through, who do you really want to be? Who do you want to identify as? I do not want to identify as that. I do not want to be known for my kids, like the world or anyone to know me as this drunk mom. That's awful. That wasn't successful, that, you know, wasn't attuned to her kids, wasn't available for them emotionally. You know, like that sounds awful. I want to be a mother. I want to be there for them. I want to show them resilience. I want to show them how to emotionally cope when life gets hard. I want to show them like how their daily habits are affecting them with, you know, working out and eating healthy. All the basics of life. Like, you know, it really does go back to like, actually, how do you take care of yourself? Taking everything off the table and just starting over. That's it. Like, okay, I don't want to be this person. I want to identify as a strong, resilient mother who's successful and who's able to help others and serve them in a way that they are able to open up their heart and truly love themselves. Because here is the like number one thing that you need to know. You are not defined by your trauma. You're not your trauma. You are so much more than that. You are light, you are love. You are a beautiful soul that was meant to be on this earth to serve in whatever you want to do, right? However you want to live life. It's not meant to be in survival and be in stress and be in like living double lives and escaping reality. You're meant for so much more. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you get out of that. Show you a way. Show you a path of enlightenment, of like what it takes. And there's a lot of darkness to get to where I got today, okay? Man, there's been a lot of tears. There's been a lot of sleepless nights. It goes on, like the amount of the healing that I had to go through, and it all really started with going inside and really focusing and shifting everything on like, it was me the whole time. I needed to take accountability for everything that I was doing to myself. No one else. I was the one self-sabotaging. I'm not my trauma. I'm not my pain. I'm so much more, and so are you. So I'm gonna end with that. And on Tuesdays, I'm going to share some transformation stories of myself. And if you are ready to embark on a journey with me, please subscribe, like, and share so we can spread the word. Much love. Keep badass.